Hi guys, welcome back again to another exciting one. So we want to continue from where we stopped by taking a look at string in Python. So what we are going to do is we're going to shut down an entire computer like you're just starting all over again. How can you launch your Jupyter notebook? Just navigate to where you have Python basics. When you navigate to it, you're going to see this, and at the top where you see Python basic, click it so that you have a blue highlight and type CMD and hit on enter. So the moment you do that, you are going to experience some kind of pop-up like this, which is going to tell you that, hey, I am inside the Python basic folder, which is this. Then what do you want to do with me? Right now, I am inside my command prompt and I want to write some command that to help me to open Jupyter Notebook. So all I have to say is just to say Jupyter Notebook. So the moment I do that, then should be able to, log into Jupyter Notebook like that. So how would you know whether your Jupyter has been successfully loaded? Sometimes it will automatically open a browser for you, or sometimes it will not. So all you have to do is just to highlight this and copy it. So if you're struggling to open a new tab, just highlight this and copy it. So the moment you do that, then you should paste it on a new browser. So once you do that, paste it on a new browser, you should be able to open the exact folder where all your project likes. So so you wouldn't be struggling again. So just see it's loading right now, and when it is completely loaded, then we can move on from there and try to start writing our code. All right, so here we are. Python is here, so I have to double click on the Python basic file. Then once it loads, then we can talk about string. So what is string? String is it's a very important blocks in programming. What it means is that it's a sequence of character, like you can combination of letters, numbers, symbols, space, and stuff like that. So just imagine strings like when you are trying to write something like words. Okay, all right, like maybe some words. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to start okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to say, you know what, I want to talk about string. All right, so the reason why I'm typing this is that, okay, sorry, this is not what I want. Okay, I just want to say Python string. Okay, just see how it works. Okay, just type Python strings. All right, so once you type it, just run the code. Then because it is under code, you have to change it from markdown so that it's going to show it to you like an heading. So just run it. So if you're struggling to run something, just press shift and enter together. So you should be able to run your code. So this is what we're talking about. So what are strings? String is a sequence of character. Like I said, let me just type it for you so that you can read this on your own when you are successfully written your code. Okay, so all right, what are strings? So okay, let's take a look at what string really means, and let me use markdown, and let me run the code. All right, so string is a sequence of character, like letter, number, space, all these things is what string really means. So I just want you to be able to understand this. As well, I'm trying to write a note for you. All right, so it might be a single hello, it might be a double quote hello. All you have to do just to ensure that you put it in quote. All right, I'm talking too much. I really want to do something right now. Okay, so how can we do that? So let's say, for instance, it's a variable, don't forget. So let's say you want to create your name. All right, you want to create your name. I want to say, I want to create my name right now, and my name it should be inside a quote. Okay, let's say my name is Fatai. So the moment I do this is a string because it's a combination of letters. It's a combination of number. I can combine numbers with it. Let's say, for instance, I say +234. Okay, let me just put this. This is my name. Let me say my phone number. We used phone number the other time and I use basically numbers. But this time around, what if I use +234 or I use +99 or just like that? I'm combining something like a letter together with a number. So anytime you have this, it also means you are writing strings. All right. So why are we doing this in the first place? Don't forget that we need to understand categories of our data. how numbers is being written in Python, how letters is being written, how characters is being written. That's the first thing you need to master. Without that, you will not be able to pull things together. All right, so don't get bored. Just see it as a building blocks. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, I just probably put some random number. So because this is a string, I shouldn't write it like this. I'm supposed to put it in a quote. All right, so I'm just going to say, you know what, I want to put you in a quote. Let me just cut it and I'll put it in double quote. Yeah, you can also use single quote, but I love double quote because that is what I'm used to. You can use single quote, but double quote is what I'm used to. Okay, and it's just a personal preference. All right, you know, I have my name and my phone number. All right, so how can you now print these together? So if you want to print this, just hit on enter and type print. You want to display it. All right, and if you want to call this thing, just put it in a string and you say my name is, you know, by the time you do this, yeah, put plus. Yeah, why am I doing this? Because I want to put a variable inside a string. So combination of string, which is this, and a variable together is called concatenation. So if you're concatenating them together, you're bringing them together. So if you want to bring strings and variable together, you have to put that string in a quote, put plus in front of it and say my name is. So by the time I do this, let me run the code and let's see what's going to happen. You can see, say my name is Fatai. And what if I want to say and my phone number is, then I have to start again inside the quote. But when I type a quote, you should notice that this thing changes, the number, the color changes. That means before I start another string, I have to put plus. So you can see, by the time I put plus, then I can have access to that string again. So when you're joining string to variable or variable to string, plus supposed to be in between them. So, okay, and my phone number is, then you know I want to type phone number, then I have to type plus again, and I've just copied this phone number and I'll paste it there. So that is what it means to concatenate, joining variable to string. So whatever things you have inside your print statement is most time is always string, which is words. So if you want to combine variable to it, you know, this name is a variable, this phone number is a variable because it has equals to in the middle. So then you can type it, and don't forget the name should be the same. So sometimes I just copy it, I just double click and type Ctrl+C and I paste it so that I will not be having errors. So let's run the code. My name is Fatai and my phone number is this. If you notice this and, you can see that the and is very close to Fatai. Yeah, the reason is that I probably did not put something like this. I didn't space it very well. So just space it very well so that you have more space. So just run it again. So my name is Fatai and my phone number is this. Just as simple as that. So that's how to create a string. And printing a string together with a variable, this is how to actually do that. I hope you really enjoyed this. I'm excited right now that you're moving forward. Okay. All right. So what are we going to do again? We want to take a look at how to talk about slicing. So what is slicing? I'm very sure a lot of people always, you know, they don't really understand what it means. Just like, you know, breaking it down into characters. So let's say, for instance, I want to break this name down into characters. Like I want to know what Fatai, what it really means. So in slicing, it's just like you want to have separate character inside the string. So what do I mean by this? That means F is taking 0, A is taking 1. That means you have to start from 0. Whatever thing you want to extract, just a character. Okay. Let me put it down. Getting part of slicing. Yeah. So then I will have to define what slicing really means. Okay, don't worry. I'm done. All right. So, you know, when you're talking about slicing, you know, slicing just getting part of string. Yeah, you're getting part of string in sequence. Yeah, so that is what it means. And if you want that in Python, you just type the string name and it has a starting and ending point. What do I mean by this? I'm going to share everything with you right now. Don't worry. Because you need to understand what slicing really means, because when we start using it, so that it's not going to be new to you. So now, let's say, for instance, we want to pick just Fatai. No, because Fatai already has a name. Good. So then you have to call that name. All right. So once you call that name, then you can now say, okay, let me just show you something. Let me say this is the name. Yeah. Open and close square bracket, and I'll put 0. If you look at this, because this is the name, right? I just put 0. That means I just want to see F. That is what it means. So imagine, you can see this is F. So if I want to just see A, then I'll just say 1. So that means that is A. If I want to see TA, let's say I want to see I, that means it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means it's 4. Yeah. Okay, let me just run it. You can see. Then let me now show you something. That means if you look at this, it says start to end. Yeah, that is what it means. Start means it's starting from 0 and it's ending at 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, look at this. Let me just show you something. Okay, let me say 1 to 4. Okay, let me just show you something. You can see it say ata, because it's not actually ending, because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not ending the last one, and it's not starting the first one. So what if I say 0 to 4? Okay, you can see it prints just Fatai and it's not actually printing the last one. So anytime you are ending the last number, it's not going to print it out. So slicing is just you are extracting every single character from the string. That is what it means. Don't worry, by the time you start making use of it, you understand it very much better. So this particular thing is called slicing. Another thing I would like to explain to you then is called length. What if you want to understand the entire length of the string? Okay, what do I mean by length? I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so length is this. Length is just like you want to know the total length of that Fatai. What is the total length? All right. So what we're going to say is that just say print. Print is what we normally use to experiment, in Python. So just say length. So anytime you say length, that means you want to know the length of that particular string. So, because it is variable, let's take, for instance, you just want to, experiment length name. Just say name. So what is the length of entire Fatai? So it is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see it is 5. So even if you start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's still, the length is 5. But let's count the length of phone number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's say phone number then. Let's say the length of phone number. Yeah, let's paste it. All right, and let's just run the code. You can see it's paste 12. So that is exactly what it means. So basically, I don't want to, put a lot in your head. So, but there's a quick note I would like to explain to you, and that is mastering string. So this is a quick note. Yeah, quick tip. So if you want to master string, then strings are always surrounded. Yeah, they're always surrounded by quotes. Strings are immutable, that you cannot really change them, and you can loop through it using for loop. Yeah. What do I mean by this? I don't want to dive into this, but I'm going to explain later in the future, by the time we get to for loop. All right, just understand that string is always in quotes. You can use slicing for them, and you can find the length of the string. All right, so okay, this is where we are actually going to stop for now. Practice it so well so that you already master what it means. So okay, that is exactly what we really want to talk about today. So in the next tutorial, we're going to take a look at lists in Python. The reason why I'm making it short, I don't want to give you too much of information, is that I just wanted to get used to coding first. So by the time you imagine what stringly means, is a letter, then combination of characters, then I can find the length, then I can also try to look at slicing. You should be able to explain it to yourself and see it even if you're not typing code. And that is what makes you a better programmer. All right, this is where I'm actually going to stop for now. In the next tutorial, we're going to dive into lists. And until then, see you in the next one.